Now, unit vector. What is a unit vector? Zero vector or null vector? Any vector of magnitude is equals to 0. That vectors are called zero vector or null vector. But here this vector of direction is undefined. If you take the example of zero vector or null vector, object is thrown vertically upwards at the point of maximum height. At the highest point, the velocity becomes 0. Means the velocity of the magnitude is 0, but velocity of the direction is downward. That is one example of null vector or zero vector. Now, 8 one we can take unit vector. What is a unit vector? Here the magnitude is equal to 0. That's why this vector is zero vector or null vector. Now, unit vector means any vector of magnitude is equals to 1. That vector is called unit vector. This unit vector gives us direction of the vector, and this unit, by using this unit vector we can get the structure of the vector. How we have to represent the vector we can understand by using this unit vector. The unit vector definition is the magnitude of the vector is equals to 1 unit. That vector is called unit vector. It is represented by a cap, or we can say, we can pronounce this one a cap or a caret. A cap is equals to, we can write a vector upon mod of a vector. This is our formula for vector, unit vector. By using this unit vector, we can write it as vector A is equals to mod of A into unit vector. In this case, this is the formula for unit vector, and this is the formula for vector. Then if you want to represent the vector, you should follow this condition. In this is the magnitude and this one is direction. The vector, this is the vector structure is always, the vector is equals to magnitude into unit vector. Okay, this is a vector structure. If you want to write the vector, that vector should follow this condition: magnitude multiplied with unit vector. Any vector multiplied with unit vector that become any scalar. Here we can say magnitude. Only magnitude is a scalar. Any scalar multiplied with unit vector that becomes vector. It is a structure of the vector. Wherever you want to represent the vector, you should follow this structure. Okay. Now here I am taking the ninth one. I am writing position vector. Position vector. What is the meaning of position? Means what is a position vector? The position vector gives us information about the position of a point in space. That vector is called position vector. Here I am taking the one diagram x, y, and this one is z. This is the origin. At this point, here one point is there. This point I am writing P is a one point. The P having the coordinates x comma y comma z. Now we have to write this one. We are adding this one. OP, it is represented by R vector. This R vector, how we can write? This R vector lies in the x axis, y axis, and z axis. That R vector we can write it. OP vector is a position vector. It is represented by R vector. It is equals to what we can write? X, y, z. Here the position vector, in this case unit vector, we have to write one more thing. It is the x axis, y axis, and z axis. In this, along the x-axis, the unit vector is I cap. Along the y-axis, unit vector is j cap. Along the z-axis, unit vector is k cap. Along the x-axis, here we can take the unit vector I cap. Along the y-axis, unit vector is j cap. Along the z-axis, unit vector is k cap. These directions are fixed. Along the x-axis, I cap. Along the y-axis, j cap. Along the z-axis, k cap. Along the x-axis, unit vector I cap, it is a fixed. Along the y-axis, unit vector is j cap. Along the z-axis, unit vector is k cap. We have to follow this condition entire the physics. Along the x-axis always I cap. Along the y-axis, unit vector j cap. Along the z-axis, unit vector is k cap. Now here x, y, z are the coordinates. This means this point is along the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Now I want to write the vector notation. If you want to write the vector notation, what is the condition we have to follow? Magnitude means magnitude of the vector and the unit vector. Magnitude multiplied with unit. X, y, z are the coordinates. Now I am writing x is a magnitude. Along the x-axis, unit vector is I cap. Plus y is a magnitude along the y-axis and unit vector along the y-axis is j cap. Plus z is a coordinate and along the z-axis unit vector is I cap. This is a vector notation. This r vector is called position vector. R vector is along the x, y, z. The r vector is equal to r is a position vector. It is represented by x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. This is for three-dimensional position vector. If I write the vector, for example, it is a three-dimensional. If I write OP vector is two-dimensional, I want to write that time A vector is equal to maybe x, y, z, any two. What is the three-dimensional? Particle is moving along the three axes. That motion is called three-dimensional motion. Here, two-dimensional I am writing either x I cap plus y j cap, or we can write y I cap y j cap plus z k cap, or we can write z k cap plus x I cap. These all are called two-dimensional vectors. Two-dimensional vector means, what is the definition for two-dimensional? Out of three axes, the particle is changes position along any two axes. That motion is called two-dimensional motion. The two-dimensional x I means x y j means j. The motion is along the x-axis and y-axis. If you take your motion along the y-axis, means the particle changes position along the y-axis and z-axis. Here also z-axis and x-axis means out of three axes, the motion is along any two axes. That motion is called two-dimensional motion. Now if you write down again, if I write position vector along one-dimensional motion, that time how we can write? It is x I cap or y j cap or z k cap. Here what will happen? The particle out of three axes, the particle changes position along any one axis. That motion is called one-dimensional motion. This motion is always straight line. X I cap means it is along the x-axis. Y j cap along the y-axis. Z k cap along the z-axis. Here what will happen? Along the x-axis and y-axis. Here y-axis and z-axis. Z-axis and x-axis. If you observe here, along the x-axis, y-axis and z, simultaneously three axes, the position it changes along the three axes. Here simultaneously the position it changes along the any two axes, that we can say any one plane. Here what will happen? The particle changes position along out of three axes, any one axis. That motion is called one-day motion. This we can say one-day motion, one-dimensional motion. Okay, what is the 1D 2D after we can discuss. Now the position vector we written along the 1D motion, 2D motion and 3D motion. Now I am discussing about the three-dimensional motion. Therefore OP vector, it is represented by R vector. R vector is equals to xi cap plus yj cap plus z k cap. Always I am following this condition: magnitude multiplied with unit. This is a vector. Along the magnitude is x, along the x-axis unit vector is I cap. This is a vector along the x-axis plus y is a magnitude along the y-axis, and the magnitude along the y-axis is a y, and the unit vector along the y-axis is j cap. Z is a coordinate along the z-axis, and the magnitude represents the magnitude. K is a direction along the z-axis. It is a position vector we got it. In this position vector, I want to calculate the unit vector. Position vector of unit vector I want to calculate. That time what we have to write? R vector upon mod of R vector. Here this is the formula for unit vector. Position of unit vector. Here in this equation, how we can write this value? We can write it as x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap divided by under root. Here x means we have to take a coordinate. X coordinate along the x-axis, what is the coordinate? X. Along the y-axis, what is the coordinate? Y. Along the z-axis, what is the coordinate? Z. We have to write the square of the x plus y square plus z square. This is a formula for magnitude. This we can say magnitude. Always here this is a formula for unit vector with respect to position. We have written with respect to position vector, we have written like that. If you want to find the magnitude of any vector, you have to find out the value by using this form: x square plus y square plus z square. This is the formula for magnitude. If you want to find the magnitude of any vector, we have to use like that. Now we will solve the one example. Here a vector is A is a one vector. This vector is equals to, given that 2i cap minus j cap plus 2k cap. Okay, this is a vector. Now we have to find a cap. How we have to write the a cap? The a cap means this is a formula. Now I am writing a formula. A cap is equals to vector A upon mod of A. This is a formula. I want to calculate the magnitude of vector. The magnitude of vector, if I want to calculate, here what we have to write? What is the formula? Square of the x component, square of the y component, square of the z component. Here x component, what is that? Here compare with this equation, you have to compare with this equation. Okay, here instead of x, what is given? 2 is given, 2 square, plus instead of y, it is given minus 1 whole square, plus instead of z, it is given 2 whole square. Here what will happen? 4, 4, 8, 8 plus 1, 9. This A mod is equals to 3 units. 3 we got it. Now we have to find out the A vector. A vector, A unit vector is equals to A vector upon mod of A vector. A vector you write as it is 2i cap minus j cap plus 2k cap upon mod A. Mod A value, what is that? 3 more. We got it. We can write it. This is also formula. This is the final equation. Otherwise, if you want to separate 2 upon 3 I cap minus 1 upon 3 j cap plus 2 upon 3 k cap. This is the final formula for unit vector. Like that, we have to find out unit vector. Here we are taking the A is the position vector. By using the position vector only, we are finding the unit vector. Now we will solve the some other example. Now here another vector is 3i cap minus 4j cap. Now find unit. Okay. Here if you observe, here what will happen? I, J, K means three-dimensional motion. Okay. If you observe here I, J means what will happen? Where it is? I means X component and Y component. That motion is what is that? Two-dimensional motion. Here which component? Z component is absent. Which one is the Z component is absent? That absence of component we have to take 0. Otherwise directly two components are there. According to two components only we can find out. Here A vector, A unit vector is equals to what we can write? A vector upon mod of A vector. Directly I am writing here. What is the A vector? As it is, we write 3i 4j upon here. A vector means unit vector of vector. Square of the x component plus square of the y component plus square of the z component. But here given x y only. Whatever given we have to write 3. Instead of x, what is the value? 3 square. Plus instead of y, minus 4 whole square. Now this vector is 3i cap minus 4j cap upon 5. Now we can write it as 3i up 3 by 5 I cap minus 4 by 3 j cap. This is the final formula for I. The two dimensional. If you get any vector, the two dimensional or three dimensional, we can find by using this method. Now copy down. Now we will solve the one more sum. Here A vector is equals to 4i cap plus 2j cap plus 4k. Now again find A. How we can? Therefore A cap is equals to vector A upon mod of vector A. Now here we can write it 4i cap plus 2j cap plus 4k cap upon A vector. A vector what is square of the x component? What is the square? X value 4 square plus what is the y value? 2 square. What is the z value? 4 square. Here. Then we can write the 16 plus 16, 32 plus 4. 30, then is total how much? Here the 16 plus 16. 32 plus 4. 30. Now we can write 4i cap plus 2j cap plus 4k cap upon 16 plus 4. 20 plus 16. 36. Root 36. Okay, the root 36. Here what is the value? Root 36 value we can write 6. The directly I am writing this total value is 6. Now I am writing 4 by 6 I cap plus 2 by 6 j cap plus 4 by 6 k. Now here we can cancel this also, or we can write 2 by 3 I cap plus 1 by 3 j cap plus 1 2 by 3 k. This is our final formula for k. Like that we can find the any unit vector, any vector is given, that vector of unit vector we can find out by using method. We can solve the so many sums by using this concept. Okay, these are the 3 examples. Otherwise, if one more example I will give you. For example, vector A is equals to 3 minus 3 I. Now tell me what is which vector it is. It is a one dimensional vector. Find the A. One dimension means only x is there. That's why here what we can write, A unit vector is equals to vector A upon mod of vector A minus 3 I cap is equals to minus 3 whole square. That value is nothing but 9. 9 is a 3. Now minus 3 I cap upon 3. Therefore unit vector is equals to minus I. If you get the one dimensional, we have to find out like that. If it is, I have taken the only x axis. You can take the y axis, z axis, x, y, and so anyone you can take. By using this concept, you have to solve like that. Now the next vector I am finding displacement vector. Displacement vector. What is a displacement vector? Here the displacement vector, now I am representing d. D is equals to, how we can write it, change in position. We can write r2 vector minus r1 vector. r2 is a final position, r1 is a initial position. Here this represents, we can say, change in position. The displacement vector we can define, the change in position is called displacement vector. We can take from r2 minus r1. This displacement vector direction is always from first initial vector to final vector. How it will be, we can represent, we can discuss this one. Now I am taking, this is a x, y, and this is a z axis. Origin, from the origin we are having the one vector is there. This is the a point. A point, it is a point having the coordinates x comma x1, y1 and z1. It is represented by the vector is r1. Another position vector is located at point B, and this vector, this point having the positions are x2, y2 and z2. Now these two positions are there. This is a is the initial position, B is a final position. By using these two, we can write the position vectors. What is the first position vector? OA is a vector. OA is vector represented by the R1 vector. It is a position vector. This position vector I x1, y1, z1. Now x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. This is a initial position vector. OA is represented by R1. R1 is equals, according to this coordinate, x1, y1, z1 are the magnitudes. x1 is along the x-axis, y1 along the y-axis, z1 along the z-axis. Again we are using the same formula, magnitude multiplied with unit vector. Magnitude multiplied with unit vector. Magnitude multiplied with unit vector. Another position vector is D. D is represented by R2 vector. R2 is equals to, we can write x2 I cap, y2 j cap plus z2 k cap. These are the two position vectors. Now the displacement vector is the change in position called displacement. Now we have to join the first vector to second vector. This will give the D. D is called position vector. This position vector we can write R2 minus R. Change in position vector is called displacement vector. Now the position vector we can write here R1, R2 first position and second position. This is the initial position, this is the final position. The displacement vector we can write it as always final position to initial position. If I substitute this all values I, j, j, k. Now you take the subtract from the this two. If I the R2 we have to write this vector and R1 is this vector. If I write displacement vector x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 k cap. This is a formula for displacement vector. If you want to find the magnitude of displacement vector, we have to write it x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. This is the first vector represents magnitude. This is a position vector and this is a vector displacement vector. This is the magnitude of displacement vector. Based on this also we will solve the one sum, then you can understand how we have to use it. Now according to diagram I will explain to you. X axis, this is y axis and this one is z axis, origin. Now here one point is there, this point is 2, 4, 2 and another point is B point is 4 minus 2 and 4. The two vectors are given. Here write the position vectors first of all. Then what we get the OA is we can representing R1 and OB I am representing R2. Now write the position vector. OA is represented by R1 vector. R1 vector is equals to x1 का जगह में कौन है? Instead of x1 given the 2, y1 4, z1 2. Instead of x2 4, y2 minus 2, z2 4. Now we have to write in terms of like that. x1 I cap 2 I cap plus 4 j cap plus 2 k cap. This is the first position vector. Now going to the second position vector, it is represented by R2. R2 is equals to 4 I cap minus 2 j cap plus 4 k cap. Now we have written the two position vectors R1 and R2. Similarly, we can write the displacement vector. Therefore, displacement vector is equals what is the formula? R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1 we have to add this from A point to B point. It is a D vector. D vector is a displacement vector. We can write it R2 minus R1. In this R2 minus R1 we have to take it. Substitute the values D vector. D vector is R2 minus R1 equals to what we have to write directly. Can I write here? X2 minus X1. What is X2? 4 minus. Now we are writing 4 minus 2 I cap plus minus 2 minus 4 j cap plus 4 minus 2 k. Okay. Now we got the x2 written in terms of value x2 minus x1 I cap, y2 minus y1 j cap, z2 minus z1 k cap. Now you write the value 2 I cap minus 6 j cap plus 2 k cap. Now we got the displacement vector. This is a displacement. We got a displacement vector, but I want to calculate the magnitude of the displacement. the magnitude of the displacement is d vector of mod is equals to under root x square, means 2 square plus minus 6 whole square plus 2 whole square. Now what is the value? 436 4 44 under root 44. Then magnitude of d vector is under root of 44. This is a displacement vector and this is a magnitude of vector. Like that, if you are in any sum is given, we have to take like that: x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. Otherwise, simply subtraction from the x component, y component, and z component. Then after the whatever the value we are getting, the square of the x component plus square of the y component plus square of the z component under root, then it will give the magnitude of the vector. Now write down, we will solve the another sums. Now we will solve the one question. The determine a vector which when added to resultant of a vector and b vector, which gives unit vector along negative y-axis. Here these two vectors added to one resultant. Here given determine a vector which when added to a resultant of a vector, b vector, and some more vector is there. Three vectors of resultant is equals to negative unit vector along the y-axis. This question means three vectors are there added to the resultant of a vector and b vector, that is equals to unit vector along the negative y-axis. This vector we can write here. I am writing let C be the added vector. C be the added vector. Then we can write according to formula, we can write then a vector plus b vector plus c vector is equals to what is that? Negative y-axis. Unit vector along negative y-axis. What is a unit vector along the y-axis? Unit vector along the y-axis is j cap, but negative unit vector we have to write negative y-axis. If take the positive z-axis, that time along the z-axis, what is the unit vector? K vector. Instead of j we have to write k vector. If instead of here the unit vector along positive x-axis, that time what we have to write is equals to I cap. Which one is what is a unit vector and along which direction? According to that we have to make the unit vector. Now a vector, b vector, and c vector. Now we write the formulas: 2i cap plus 5j cap plus minus k cap plus b vector 3i cap minus 5j cap minus k cap plus c vector is equals to minus j. Here you added I, j, k, you have to add it. Now here 5i cap minus plus 5j cap minus 5j cap should be cancelled, and here what will happen? Minus 2. The minus I cap minus 2 I cap minus 2 j cap is equals to minus j. Is equal then j plus C vector is equals to minus 0. Now I want to calculate the C vector, these two terms, if I send like that side, C vector is equals to minus 5 I cap minus J1 J cap plus 2 K cap. This is a new vector along the means this vector. If you add these three vectors, the resultant is equals to minus J cap. If you add after also, if you add this C vector, if you substitute here, you will get the resultant minus J cap omega. Now, based on this pattern, so many questions they will ask. If the set two questions are three vector or four, any vectors are added along the gives the unit vector along x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, positive, negative. Whatever the question is given, we have to make the question like that, and it is equals to which is a unit vector. We have to write it, and after I component, j component, and k component along the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, you have to add it, and after subtract this simple mathematics. Then after we will get the added vector, new vector. That vector is if you add, it will give the negative j-axis. Then here only y-axis we have discussed. The same questions you can make along the y-axis, x-axis, z-axis. Positive and negative also you can make. You can find the new vectors. This is one pattern to find the unknown vector. Again, here we will discuss some other special cases. Special cases. The first case I am taking, this is a one vector, it is represented by A, and another vector is B, it is represented by B. If you see the diagram, you are understanding one thing. Which type of vectors is this one? Two vectors are having. By saying this one, what we can write? The two vectors of magnitude. A vector of magnitude is not equals to B vector of magnitude, but we can write A vector is equals to B vector. I want to write A vector is equals to B vector. That time, how I have to write it? According to magnitude, these two are, according to magnitude is not equal, but according to the direction, it will be equal. Then, here if you take the A vector is, by seeing the diagram, you can understand A vector and B vector, two vectors are parallel to each other. Then two vectors of magnitude is different, but the direction is same. This vector, now in this B vector is greater than to A vector. How many times it is greater? We don't know. That number, if you want to take, if you want to make the this condition, I want to satisfy. Why? Because these two are the parallel vectors. Parallel vectors of direction is, the magnitude is unequal, but direction is same. If you want to show the parallel vectors of direction also equal, in this condition I can write this vector is, B is a bigger vector, then bigger vector is equals. How many times it is bigger? Now if you take a simple, if you use a simple logic, this up to here the A vector, B vector is equal. This part I am writing, it is m. M times it is greater than to the A vector. I want to make these two vectors are parallel. That time I should use this formula. Big vector, B vector, it is how many times? B m times are greater. B vector multiple, it is a number, m times, and A vector. Whenever two vectors are parallel, and we can use, if you want to make the two vectors are parallel, if you want to satisfy the parallel condition, we have to make the bigger vector is equals to m times of the smaller vector. Whenever this number, if you find out, after this number multiplied with A vector, these two vectors are equal. Then we can say the two vectors of magnitude and both moving in same direction, and magnitudes also equal. If this is whenever these two are moving in same direction, m we have to write. Otherwise, B vector is equals to minus of M into A vector. How we can write this value? For example, A vector is moving in this direction and the B vector is moving in this direction. Means both vectors are anti-parallel. If the two vectors are parallel, we have to use this formula. Whenever the two vectors are anti-parallel, we have to make M value is minus. The parallel vectors, M value is positive, anti-parallel vectors, M value is negative. Like that only second thing also we have to find out. The two vectors are unit vectors. Here I am taking two vectors are unit vectors and moving in same direction. That time this is also one vector and this is also another vector. These two vectors are two vectors. Two vectors are parallel and A and B are A vector and B vector are unit vectors. A and B vectors are unit vectors. Now I am taking the unequal here. Doesn't matter. A vector, B vector, two vectors are there. The two vectors are moving in same direction, but A vector, B vectors are unit vectors. That time, how we can write A unit vector is equals to B unit. Means two unit vectors are same if they are moving in same direction. If the two vectors are anti-parallel, if one vector is moving like that, this is a A vector, one other vector is moving like that, it is a B vector. If these two vectors are unit vector but moving in anti-parallel direction, anti-parallel are here same, here magnitude, different magnitude but moving in same direction, what we can say parallel vectors. Here also two vectors are having the same magnitude or different magnitudes and opposite direction, otherwise anti-parallel with respect to this one or negative vector with respect to A vector. Now this vector, how we can write? The formula we can write A vector unit vector minus of B unit vector. Whenever the two vectors are anti-parallel, then A vector, B vector are the unit vectors, then we have to write it like that. The third condition we can write A, B with three vectors. Three vectors are coplanar vectors. The coplanar vectors means A vector, B vector, C vector are the coplanar vectors. That time we can write the resultant A vector is equals to M times of the B vector plus N times of the C vector. Okay, here three vectors are there. If I want to take the resultant of these three vectors, how I have to write? I can write A vector minus M B vector minus NC vector is equals to 0. I want to take the sum of these three vectors equals to 0 means minimum vectors are required. If you want to take the resultant of 0, the minimum vectors are required. The minimum vector A vector, B vector and C vector. The minimum vectors are three vectors are required. This is a coplanar vectors. Now fourth point, these are not a coplanar vectors. It is a coplanar vector, we have to use like that. If you take a non-coplanar vectors, the next one is non-coplanar vectors. If the non-coplanar vectors, that time if I take the more vectors, more than 3 or 4 vectors we can take. Now A vector is equals to M times of the B vector plus N times of the C vector and Q times of the D vector. Okay, resultant is like that. I want to make the 0 of resultant. That time we can write it as A vector minus M b vector minus nc vector plus q into d vector is equals to 0. Again, there is a minimum vector, the resultant. These three vectors are, four vectors are sum equals to 0. That time the minimum four vectors are required. If you want to the any vectors, we are taking the four vectors. The four vectors are sum equals to 0. That time the four vectors are required. Three vectors are sum. I want to make the 0. That time four vectors are, three vectors I am taking. Three vectors are required. Four vectors I am taking. Four vectors are required to make the sum is equals to 0. These are the things you have to remember this point. Whenever the two vectors are parallel, then formula we can write b vector. Bigger vector is equals to m times of the a vector. M value is positive when the two vectors are parallel. If the m value is negative when two vectors are anti-parallel vectors. If the two vectors are unit vectors and parallel to each other, that time a unit vector is equals to b unit vector. If the two vectors are unit vector but anti-parallel to each other, the formula we can write a cap is equals to minus b cap. Now the three vectors are coplanar vectors. Now we can write a vector is equals to m b cap plus n c cap. M and n are the constants, then we can say numbers. Now you want to make the 0. This equation a minus m b vector minus n c vector is equals to 0. Otherwise we can write m b vector n c vector minus a vector is equals to 0 also we can write. As you wish we can take. But if I want to take a resultant of these three vectors, the minimum vectors required, three vectors are required to make the 0 vector. Non-coplanar vectors, we are taking more than 3. At that time, a vector is equal to mb vector plus nc vector and q n vector. Here, m and q are the numbers. The numbers represent the magnitude. Then you want to make a 0. A vector minus b, m b vector minus nc vector plus q. Minus q d vector is equals to 0. I want to make the resultant 0. Now I want to require b vector. A vector be 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to make the 0 as a resultant. 4 vectors are required. The write down.